Well, I was on my way home, stopped and got a little frozen drink from Starbucks today. It's not bad. Man, what a weight lifted off my shoulders. This is actually the third time I did this video, but Amy called me, Mario called me. I wanted some updates on how the horses did in Ontario, so I did have to stop my video, but it was worth it. I guess we'll start with Ontario because it's third person information. Mario said AC Swan was good, 2.6 last half and 102. I believe Ready for Landing was good, but the report I got from Amy from James, so at least third person, it might have been from James to somebody to Amy to me, was that he went a mile and 2.5, was safe but a little flat. I thought his math-wise, his line looked good last week, but he just felt like he was holding back a bit. I had a couple of messages, one from Ted, and Tom had called me and said, hey, he messaged me and said, any updates on Ready for Landing, and do you think he can race on Tuesday? I'm not racing Ready for Landing again until I'm comfortable that he's competitive. I know he's fast, I know he's strong, and he's made massive gains, both physically and mentally, over the last 5 weeks. But do I see him trotting in 56, 57 right now? No. I'm not just racing him to say we have a racehorse. I believe this is a uniquely talented horse. Not a killer, not a horse that says, oh, this is the best horse we ever had. I'm not saying that. He's uniquely talented in the sense that I feel he's come a long way, but I believe he has a long way to go. Is that the best way to put it? I just want to give him time. He feels very mentally immature, mature enough to understand his job as I'm asking him to do it. But holding back, that's what I'm looking for. He's holding back, and I don't know why. I don't want it to be a physical thing and push him too far. And if it's a mental thing, I should push him. So I'm just going to let it play out for the next little while. For those of you, my partners out there saying, you know, want to see him race, want to see him race. No, you don't. You don't want to see him go out and make a break. You want to see him go out and be the horse that I believe he is. But you're going to have to give me a little room here, a little berth. You're going to have to give me some room to let this, just be patient and let this play out with this horse. I truly believe this is the right direction. So no, he is not racing Tuesday. And I'm not going to schedule him to race until I can go with him. And quite frankly, it might be, maybe I'll turn him out for 2 or 3 weeks. But I am not going to race him until I sit behind him and say, now he's ready to rock. And I can tell you when that is. I can't tell you now when it is, but I can tell you the day I see it. Maybe I'm muddying the waters. I just want a little patience with this guy in particular. If you don't mind, please. So, Ready for Landing, and I know everybody wants to see him do good. This note is not an admonishment on anybody. Oh, you have to leave me alone. No. That's not it at all. I'm just trying to explain to you exactly how I feel about Ready for Landing. I think he's there. He's just about to knock on the door. I just want to give him a little room. Just give him a little time to make up his own mind. I don't want to push him. We've pushed him plenty, and he's responded quite well. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And I hope I came off the right way, because I'm not angry or upset with anybody. It's a very valid question. Is he going to race? So extremely valid. He's qualified. He doesn't need a flat line to race in Ontario right now. Is he going to race? Very valid question. And I hope you understand my answer. I'm going to leave it at that. So Ready for Landing was adequate. He was good. Now, I haven't talked to James myself. Amy told me, I called James twice. Maybe he's having a little nap, a little siesta. Maybe he's on the golf course. I don't even know what the weather's like. I think Amy said it was a thunderstorm, so I doubt he's on the golf course. Myself, as I said, I'm on my way home. So, Ready for Landing, AC Swan, Renegade Gypsy, Mario said was good, 58 off a half and 1-1. He thought he was better. He said, I thought maybe we put him in to go. I said, here's the thing with Renegade Gypsy. I just don't want to see him look bad on the track. Mathematically, we know he's a good horse, and we know he's not at his best right now, but he has to work to get to his best. So I don't have a problem entering him. if he is fluid, if he is trotting good. Because if it's just going to be another race where he's bottled up and then the last turn he looks all out of gear and then makes a break or doesn't make a break but doesn't finish up well, then no, I don't have much interest in that. But if you think he was trotting good today, 57 or a mile and 58, last half 57 on an off track, if you feel he was good, I'm not asking you to say, oh, he was perfect 100%. I don't think he is. But if he's better than he was his last start and you think he's trending in the right direction, then by all means, go ahead and put him in to go. So those are the horses that went today. I feel like I'm missing somebody, right? No. AC Swan, Renegade Gypsy, Ready for Landing. I think those are the horses. We had some trainers today also. Great bet in those horses were training. There was no negative remarks from anybody in regards to anybody from Amy, so I was happy to hear that. And when it came to here, I think you guys know me well enough now to know that this insider trading thing was really starting to eat away at me. Here's a filly that never made a break for the most part, never wore hobbles, never needed them. She made that first break on me, just an immature thing, just knuckled over, rolled off, coming out of the gate. It happens, not a big deal. Then James went with her, she appeared to do the same thing. Well, she needs a little help at the gate, we'll put the hobbles on her. Got away from the gate, okay. Knuckled over and made a break coming out of the first turn at Mohawk. Now I'm really upset. I just feel like I've allowed her to look poorer than she is for 3 weeks, and it was really starting to bother me. And I was torn on whether I wanted to qualify her today because she just arrived in the Meadows. Is a warm-up mile with new shoes on sufficient enough time for me to be confident in saying this filly will qualify today? I don't know. I warmed her up. I had to take a step back. It's easy to fall into that trap. I know this horse. Maybe you don't know her as well as you think. Step back. Here's a filly. You just warmed her up. Forget that it's insider trading. You just warmed this filly up. My God, she's big now also. Oh my God, I didn't realize how much she's grown. Or are you confident you can get her around? If somebody just walked up and asked you to warm their horse up, you warmed them up and said, Mr. McDonald, what do you think? Ready to go? Yeah, you're all right. No problem. That's how I felt. So, she was safe, getting away from the gate. Little grabby in the first turn. I was really on pins and needles for all the reasons we just talked about. Coming around the first turn, I separated her from the horse in front of her. I didn't want her to get anxious. So I separated her from the horse and she's back like 2 lengths, which I hate. But she spent her whole life on a helmet. It's not the end of the world. It's not like she's scared of a helmet. She's anxious. As she's switching gears and switching leads in and out of turns, she's just touching a little bit. And I could see it after the race on the boots. Right above the ankle on both boots, because it was muddy out. Boots are covered in mud. We can see the scuff marks on the boot just above the ankle. That's why we make boots. And she's coming in and out of the turns. Now we go to the second turn. I feel a little more confident with her because now she's starting to settle and thaw out a little bit. So we started in the backstretch. I almost moved her at that point. I said, just aside from everything else, 1, get her qualified. 2, don't stretch her out. She's supposed to race on Saturday. Now, for those of you out there worried, we trained all 4 horses in the Next Generation in 2.5 this morning at Northfield Park. All 4 of them. So today would have been the day to go mile. 2-1 in the mud, maybe a little more than we would have went, obviously, but given the circumstances, and again, I'm playing it by ear because I'm sitting behind her. I can tell if she has lots left, or I don't want to empty her out. I moved her in the last turn, and she was screaming when we came out of the turn, and I'm holding on to her like that's 28-3 with a bow in her neck. And she just inhaled that horse, and as soon as she blew right by the horse, the other one swung to the pace and made a break, and now she just wrapped up going through the wire. 2-1-2, 28-3, 58-1 last half, and I'm telling you, as easy as you could train a 2-year-old that speed. As easy as you could do it. Come off, Tim said, what do you think? I said, I never thought she was a problem. Was she perfect today? Yes. Mentally, she's closer. You know, she took 3 giant steps backwards with every break, right? Because that weighs on them also. So you took 3 giant steps backwards and now 1 pretty good leap forward. Now I will tell you this, and I told Tim, I'd rather not race two of our Stallion Series horses together. So if by chance it's coming down to 3 and 3, go ahead and put her in the Sire Stakes, because of the ones, Royal Emeralds is definitely going in the Sire Stakes. Affection, definitely going in the Sire Stakes. Then you have Southwind Digit, who is a Stallion filly, right? You have Flash Fly, who should win the Stallion Series to start with. And then, what's the other one? I was trying to think. I was just thinking about them a second ago. Southwind Digit. I'm sure it's Albert Patrick. Green Chew. Hey, look up at me. Anyway, we have 6 fillies going over there, and if they have 3 sires and 3 Stallion Series, you'll likely see Insider Trading in the Sire Stakes. I would rather her be in the Stallion Series, but we'll see. I don't want to have to choose of driving Insider Trading or Flash Fly, right? So we'll see how it plays out, but as of today, man, she was so strong today. I was very, very impressed with her. Very impressed with her today. So really happy with what I've seen from, really happy with what I saw today from close. From Insider Trading. And then before the qualifiers, I trained Austral Hanover 2 minutes last quarter and 28 and a piece in the mud. He was good. He's never a super trainer, right? You're not going to go and train him. Oh, he is so good now. You know, he's a little pacey, a little choppy, but when push comes to shove, he shows up to bat. He was strong. He was good. Scoped good. I suspect his blood will come back good tomorrow. Tim will have him ready to go. Tailgate Buzz, I think he's planning on training him tomorrow or something. I certainly didn't need to go with him. And then we did school 2 fillies. Oh my God, there's the other filly. Duh. Pull the shoes. Man, she's strong. Did make a break coming out of the gate, same as she did the other day. Now, I think I know what's going on. She did this before. The reason I'm not overly concerned is she spent the spring making these little errors. And what she does is she'll reach up and touch her knee and just kind of gets anxious, right? Gets all out of gear and gets has a little anxiety attack. Puts the next step, she'll touch that hind trotting boot, and then it will cascade into a break. She'll reset, and then you're like, oh, she's fine now. But she needs that reset, right? And this all starts from that first stride up into just touch that outside knee a bit. Now, we can mitigate that a number of ways. Now, what we've done with horses in the past is put a shim on the inside of that left front foot. That will tip that horse out a little bit. Now you put a couple of corks out here. There's a million things you can do, and maybe 5 different things would work. But I think what we'll do, we'll start with the shim. And I said to Tim, even if we got to put a little go straight, she doesn't hit it that hard. She hits it hard enough you can almost tape it up. But when she hits it, what happens, you know, as I said, the cascade of events that come after that is, well, it's problematic. And just learning to touch that knee and keep going, which for the most part she did at a certain speed. But now when you're coming a quarter in 28 seconds and you hit that knee, that's different than going 35 seconds. It's a different feel. It screws up your gait in a different way. So how do we keep her from that first initial contact? We'll start with the shim, and then we might even put a little go straight on that side also. Not that she generally needs it, but she's a baby. And I would literally color one of her ears blue and the other one purple if I thought it would keep her from hitting one knee. Every horse is different. So there, and when she did come back trotting, oh my God, a last half in like 57 or 58 seconds, and I mean, I'm just towing on her. She is so fast and wants to be a good horse. That's what I love about the Green Chews also. They all seem like they want to be a better horse than they are that day. And I don't want to see that dissipate. So I want to keep her confidence up. She's such a sweetheart, that filly too. So is Insider Trading. So I was happy with them today. As I said, now looking back, and we just rewind a minute, the 6 fillies, Stallion Series should be Flash Fly, should be Southwind Digit. Insider Trading's a little stronger and now a little more confident than Pull the Shoes. Either one of those fillies could. Hopefully they have 4 Stallion Series and 2 Sire Stakes. That's what I'd love to hear. Love to hear that. But we're going to have to wait and see until tomorrow. So, also, Spitfire Overseas was very, very good. Schooled him off the gate. We took the flip-flops off him. He's gone to just a full swedge and a trotting swedge. Just letting him trot out like a normal trotter. Half and 1 a mile and 59 flat. Very strong. Felt very, very good. I was really happy with him. I'm toying with the idea of calling Scott and just saying, hey, you won the gold, you won the sire stake with Spitfire. You know the horse also. He doesn't want to drive Crantini. Crantini's going to the Stallion Series anyway. I think he should. I don't think anybody can make an argument not to at this point. I'm going to drive the 3 Stallion Series horses. Would you like to drive Spitfire Overseas? I don't even know if he's going to be in Philadelphia. He unequivocally told me he did not want to drive Crantini his next start. So, we'll see. It's the same argument I was having this morning with myself regarding Kentucky, right? If I don't need to drive the horses and there's a better alternative, then we should use that alternative. And that Scott's a better driver than I am. Even I can't. My mom couldn't make an argument that I'm a better driver than Scott. I know the horses and I know Arson well. I know Pickpocket well. My only concern is that, Scott not knowing Pickpocket, if something happened, he rolled off stride, it would bother me. And it's certainly not his fault. But the fact that I could have been there and was not. And win, lose, or draw, this likely will be my last start driving Pickpocket. I don't need to drive the horse any longer. He's there now. He's going to race in Kentucky. I talked to Kentuckiana Farms. We're going to turn him out this week. Next week, after the 4th, he's going to go to Kentuckiana. Arson may go there, but then again, we could sneak Arson. If he does well, and he's carrying his weight, and he's sharp, he could go race in the first sire stake at the Meadows, which would possibly allow him to race in the consolation or the final if time gave it. I'm just trying to give us options in case we stay in Kentucky at the Red Mile, we go to race him and they go in 51 and he finishes 6th, pace is 52. That could happen. So I'm just trying to leave doors open for all of us. So this is always going in my head also. Listen, great day today. I can't wait until 20 after 4 to watch Steel Cowboy race. That was almost a screw up. I can't wait to see Atlas Hanover race. Tonight we got Gandalf, right? We got Unbeatable Kemp. It should be a lot of fun tonight. Really excited about the week ahead. And although it is stressful and although it is chaotic, it's fun, right? Ultimately, that's what it boils down to. I love my job and it's a lot of fun. So it really doesn't matter if I'm running around everywhere. I'm doing what I love. So I'm on my way home now to be with my family who I love. And then this week, it's just a chaotic 5-6 days. But you know what? Set aside the chaos of all the races. It's still going to be a lot of fun. So I hope you guys are having fun. We're off to a pretty good start this summer. Pennsylvania starts this weekend. Then Monday, we have obviously Memory and Imagination, Lonely Lakewood, and Vaquero Blue Chip. Remember, I'm going to tell you one thing. Memory and Imagination, stone cold killer in my mind. I think he's the second best trotter we have right now over everybody. All things considered in real time right now, the second best trotter we have in the stable, 2-year-old trotting colt, I believe is Memory and Imagination. So we'll get to see all those in real time together on Monday. Sunday we'll have Crantini, Spitfire, Tailgate Buzz, and our boy Austral. A lot going on the 3rd and then the 4th. Kentucky rounds out its meet. Oak Grove closes out its meet, I believe. And big day for Arson and for Pickpocket and for Militant. He did scope a little bit sick. His blood come back. He was a little bit sick. So Eric is working on that. Listen, he's not a 56 trotter, but I'd like to see him go trot 58 and do it right. And that would be nice to see. So with that, I'm going to let you guys go. I got about 4 hours ahead of me of driving, and then I'm back home in Ontario. Going to be at the barn tomorrow. I got to tinker with Seasons of Love, see if we can't get her back right. I'm going to slide over to Ohio to race in the evening, which should be fun. Thursday afternoon, I'll be back here at the Meadows and right back home because Friday morning we do have some qualifiers in Ontario, and then obviously all hell breaks loose on Saturday. So with that, I'll let you go. I will talk to you all very, very soon. Have a wonderful day.